Hello for the first time or welcome back, whichever one applies to you. That's the intro I want you to use for this video. We are back with DC, and this is Knightfight Part 4. There's a lot that happened, so let's just jump into it. So this starts off with Bruce walking around with Damian, seeing this brand new Gotham, and he's kind of getting to a point where he's like, I don't know if I want to go home. This seems to be the perfect world, and it feels like the Heart of Apocalypse has finally figured out a way to stop Batman by actually giving him what he wants. So we see these awesome scenes of him watching what appears to be Dragon Ball Z, I guess, playing catch, building with Legos, you know, reading stories with a plushie of Batman. You know, he's living the grandpa life, taking little Alfred to school and picking him up from school. He's being grandpa, and it's amazing. But that's exactly what the Heart of Apocalypse is saying. That's exactly what we were trying to do. But there's kind of a twist here, because remember, Damian in this world, he knows that this is a fake world. So this cuts over to Damian and the rest of the Bat family in the Batcave talking to Bruce, and they're basically saying, we understand what's going on. We know that this world isn't, you know, right, but you can actually save it, because they figured out that if Batman actually gets the power of Darkseid, he would be able to bring this world back. So they're not even afraid. So at this point, it's kind of just a game of sport. Damian just says, you know, you taught me old tricks. Will you be able to defeat me now? They're just ready to battle, because this is exactly what the Heart wants. And Batman realizes in this moment that that is exactly what he needs. He needs his family. He needs to actually be trusting these people. He trained them. He raised a lot of them. Why doesn't he trust them? So this is the moment where he finally gives in and he trusts his family. And we cut to him outside on a patio working on something. It looks like a mother box. And that's when he calls out little Alfred for trying to sneak up on him. And he's like, you know, you did pretty good. You almost got me, but I can hear you coming a mile away, because he's Batman. Of course he can. But it's not quite a mother box. He calls it a bat box, which we'll get into this later. I'm pretty sure I have a theory on what this is supposed to do. And that's when Bruce tries to have a heart-to-heart with Alfred, and Alfred legitimately kind of looks at him like, there's nothing wrong. Like, I know that you have to fight Dad and everything, but you're gonna come back and save us, and everything's gonna be all right, right? And that's when we cut back over to probably the most awesome bat suit, which is Damian's bat suit. We get to see Damian's bat suit on the rooftop as he's ready to square up with Bruce, because this is just gonna be a friendly battle. And this is a knockdown, drag-out fight, and Batman kind of calls out Damian. He's like, you know, why aren't you fighting at your top? And Damian's, you know, realizing that he's holding back, and he's like, I'm not trying to hold back. And he's like, but you are, so just fight me, son. And this fight continues on for hours. They're literally just beating the crap out of each other, just punch for punch, slash for slash. And finally, it gets to a point where Batman, you know, is on his back. He's just got taken out by Damian, and he looks up and Bruce goes, I can't win. And that's when the Heart of Apocalypse says, test complete. Game over, because that's the point that they wanted to get Bruce to, where he realizes that he can't win. And that's when the world starts to collapse in on itself. But remember, he made that bat box earlier that was like the mother box. Now, if you remember how Knightfight even started, it's because Batman dies in the first issue of DCKO, but he's brought back to life because he had a mother box in his suit. Now, I'm willing to bet that that bat box is going to do the exact same thing. It is going to bring Damian to the main DC universe. That is my hope and dream, is that that's what's going to happen. And that's when Bruce appears in front of one of these furnaces, and the Heart of Apocalypse is like, you have to jump in, take a leap of faith. And Batman is saying, you know, the Heart thinks that it defeated me because I couldn't, you know, kill my children. It thinks that it's won. It thinks that it's beat me, but it hasn't. It's actually just trained me for what I need to do next. And we will see what he has to do next in DCKO number 4. Sorry to leave you guys on a cliffhanger, but that's how the story ends there, because it's continued on in DCKO. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I enjoyed telling you the story. Sorry to leave you on a cliffhanger, but that's just how the story ends. Sometimes they end on cliffhangers, and that's where I gotta end the video, and I apologize for that. But go drink water, be kind, and I'll see you next time. Peace.